In 2010, one of the very best games to hit the PlayStation Portable was released. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Unlike Portable Ops, Peace Walker was a Hideo Kojima production, meaning he directed the game, and essentially it's one of his babies. It takes so many elements from what made Portable Ops an excellent game and expands upon them. This really is one of the best Metal Gear games ever made. The game picks up after the events of Portable Ops and Snake Eater. This time, the year is 1974, and Big Boss, or Snake as he prefers to be called, has already set up his Soldiers Without Borders militia group. One day, a professor and a young girl come for a visit and try to solicit Snake and his team to take up a mission against the CIA and discover if his old mentor and target, the boss, is still alive. What makes this story so powerful is that you can tell Snake loved the boss, and he betrayed her loyalty for that of his country. The game doesn't get bogged down in that classic Kojima-san mythos. It's a very simple story, but it's extremely powerful, and of course there's some twists and turns along the way. With that one long cutscene out of the way, the game begins, and boy, what a game. The traditional third-person action and stealth combat is back from Portable Ops, although it's even more refined. Close quarters combat is better here than in any other Metal Gear game before it. You can easily chokehold enemies, flip them over into other enemies, or just flat out knock them out. You still have all of the nifty gadgets and weapons you've had in previous entries, but now the game doesn't pause as you cycle through your gadgets, making it far more suspenseful since you have no idea when someone is going to come around a corner and spot you. The Portable Ops radar is back, so at least you're not completely blind to your surroundings, and while there are 3 different control settings, the camera remains tricky. In Portable Ops, you were tasked with recruiting troops to help fill out your roster, but here the system is so much more addicting. Thanks to a nifty gadget called the Fulton Balloon, you can knock an enemy out, attach the balloon to him, and he'll go zipping up into the sky where a plane will pick him up. It's awesome, and you'll be able to capture absolutely everyone because of it, and you'll want to as well. I swear, you will spend hundreds of hours just trying to locate every single enemy troop to create the ultimate team. As you improve your base of operations with more and more troops, you start to develop powerful new weapons, new troops to use in missions, and so much more. The incentive is real. Every new troop I recruited would reward me with some useful item or weapon the next mission. There are a variety of stats that each character has, and if you find it too dull or complex for you, you can simply tell the game to automatically take the best troops based on their stats and allocate them to research and development, intel, combat, etc. Suits or armor you wear have a direct impact on the number of weapons and items you can carry, but the smart mission loadout system never puts you in a situation where you're wearing something like the sneaking outfit and then pits you against the boss. You'll always have a glimpse of the boss before the next mission, so you have the opportunity to switch back to your combat gear before tackling the boss. While Peace Walker is incredibly deep, I never found it overbearing. Yes, I would have preferred a few more tutorials or something to ease me into the system, but it really isn't that bad. I should also mention that you can do virtually everything in this game with a friend via the co-op mode. The mode is ad hoc only, which means grab a friend locally and play. But what's really good about this, and it's kind of funny because years ago I would have commented that, oh, it's only local only, but with it not being online, you're guaranteed that will always work. It's an absolute riot playing with a friend, and rewards are always shared between both players, meaning if you recruit, say, 6 troops during a mission, at the end of the mission, you both get 6 troops added to your base. The biggest issue with the co-op mode is the fact that the game's difficulty doesn't really scale based on the number of players. This means bosses can be extremely challenging while playing by yourself, and other areas are sort of a cakewalk with 2 players. So ultimately there's a little bit of balancing issues at play here, but for the most part that's a minor complaint compared to everything else this game has to offer. And take note that I didn't even mention half of everything you will experience in this game. The game is also absolutely gorgeous and sounds great, and yes, David Hayter is back, and there is nothing wrong with that. If you like what you're seeing here, pick this one up. An HD release hit the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 back in 2011, or you can pick up this PSP version on UMD or via the PlayStation Store for use with your PlayStation Vita. It's a masterpiece. Don't miss it.